What's up my friends, it's Mike again, glad to have you guys back, and welcome to the mountains today. Well, just kidding, it's actually a huge TV. So this is the Sony X90L 98-inch 4K full array Google TV, and Sony sent this out for me to check out, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how I set it up and my experience using this huge TV. So it's gonna be a good one guys, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Today we're going to be unboxing and setting up the new home theater with the X90L 98-inch TV. It's gigantic! I'm going to need some help moving this. Yeah, maybe a bit more than that. Okay.
It's not that bad.
The cool thing about this TV is that it's so big that it has handles on the edges and on the bottom, so you can actually lift it without touching the screen. So this is made of really heavy duty metal. We're gonna mount the legs first. The handles are really useful.
So satisfying.
It's just because he's good looking. Look at the brushed metal on that.
Yeah, that's so nice.
How tall are you, Alice?
I'm 5 feet.
That's how big the TV is. This is the only cable that came with the TV. Do not comment. Okay, Alice, you try moving it.
What?
1, 2, 3.
No, I can't lift it.
Okay. We tried. So we're gonna turn on the TV for the first time. So are you ready for this?
Welcome.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, reminds me of Moana. That looks legit.
That's right.
Oh.
Anyways, after that, we quickly watched a few other videos just to check out the image quality, and man, I hate to say it, but size does matter. Everything just looks so cinematic, like you're in the middle of the action. That was like all we could talk about. Okay, so that was a great preview, but now we're gonna level up the setup with these babies. Let's go. So to install all the speakers and make the setup work, we're going to put the TV up on this TV stand along with the soundbar mount on the bottom. Now, here's the fun part. The TV weighs around 150 pounds. Yeah, you heard that right. Shifting it around the floor before was okay, but lifting and holding it up is entirely another challenge. And by the way, I totally did not trick my friends into doing free manual labor for me. They knew exactly what they were signing up for when they first agreed, especially to the free food at the end too. Anyways, my friends are super cool, and building things like this with them makes it a lot more enjoyable, especially when we mounted it right the first time. Moving along, for the surround sound system, I'm using the Bravia Theater Bar 9. This soundbar houses 13 speakers inside, and it's like the hub that wirelessly connects the sub and rear speakers all together. This soundbar is gonna sound so much better than the TV speakers. To add some serious bass into the home theater, I'm using the SW5 wireless subwoofer, and there's one thing that really stuck out when I unboxed it. Why is it so shiny? Anyways, this sounds just as good as it looks. With 300 watts of deep bass sound from a powerful 180mm driver and passive radiator, I'm sure it's gonna level up the sound quite a bit. And next, we have these rear speakers over here. They are pretty cool because they are actually battery powered. So this means that I can place it anywhere I want without a cable attached to it. So I ended up drilling this screw into one of the wall studs to hang the speakers. Also, each speaker only weighs around 5 pounds, so it's definitely gonna be safe and secure on the wall like this. So these speakers can run around 10 hours on battery before they'll need to be charged again, and of course I can still use the speakers while they're charging as well. And next, I can start Sony's 360 spatial sound mapping process just by hitting the optimize button on the top of these speakers.
Starting optimization.
Now, this is where it all comes together. This process measures the distance between the speakers, it analyzes my room's acoustics, and it figures out how to bounce the sounds in the room to completely fill up my room with spatial sound. Anyways, I'm quite impressed at how effortless it is to set up this home theater speaker system. Now that everything has been set up, let's see what this home theater is all about. The difference is huge. Everything now just sounds bigger. I can hear the fire shots going across the room. There's explosions, voices, and background sounds coming from all around me. And man, the explosions rumble. Like I can feel it. That subwoofer is a beast. It's a weird experience to describe, but I feel like I'm not just watching the action now. I'm like actually experiencing it, and the sound is like moving all around me. Also, because both the soundbar and TV are made by Sony, the system is able to sync up the TV's built-in speakers to use it as the center speaker channel as well, which makes the sounds feel like it's coming straight out of the screen itself versus from below where the soundbar is. Adding the rest of the speakers really made a huge difference, and it really brought justice to this monolith of a screen. Anyways, I spent a couple of weeks watching movies, anime, and playing games on it to get a better feel of the TV and its image quality, and I can tell you straight off the bat that I'm impressed. So inside the TV, there's actually a little computer at work, and it's Sony's Cognitive Processor XR. It does a lot of work behind the scenes to improve the image on the screen in real time, and there's two things that really stood out to me. So the first thing is just like how crisp and clear everything looks on this TV. Now that might be like something that's taken for granted but compared to a 65-inch TV, this 98-inch TV is actually around 130% larger than a 65-inch TV. I'm not sure how it does this, but Sony has a feature called XR Clear Image, and it is stretching and upscaling this image on this huge screen so that everything looks really crisp and clear. Like I wasn't able to see any pixels on the screen at all unless I like walked up really close up to it. So watching things in 4K looked great. It's a pretty basic expectation to meet. However, when I watch things in HD, which is filmed in 1080p, like older movies or YouTube videos, they still look great. For example, check out how the movie Big Daddy looks. This is quite an old movie. It's one of my favorites back then. This movie is just in HD. It wasn't remastered in 4K or anything, but man, I really didn't remember it looking this good. Do you remember Adam Sandler looking this young? Somehow, it's able to like recover the lost textures and details, and even reduce the noise in the picture when it's like stretching it 4 times on this huge screen. So a lot of times when I was watching things that are filmed in 1080p, like I couldn't believe that it wasn't filmed in 4K. I mean, like just look at this YouTube video of badminton. It's one of my favorite sports that I actually play myself, and it just looks so much better watching it on this huge screen instead of my computer screen. Moving along, the second thing that really complements the sharp, crisp images is really just the color. The colors on the screens looked very natural. Like I love watching Avatar and using it as a test movie for myself. Cause I mean like you're on an alien planet and everything looks just so vibrant and the colors just look really realistic. So with LED TVs, sometimes it looks like it's lighter or the colors are a bit faded, but this was not the case at all with the X90L. There's a lot of dark scenes in here, and it's a perfect chance to check out the black levels and how it handles blooming. So in this scene where you see there are spaceships and stuff, it was quite impressive to see all these engine lights going on, and when they all turn off, you can see the individual stars, and there's really no signs of blooming anywhere. Now, I'm not saying that there's no blooming at all, because if you do push it using these blooming tests that you find online, it will definitely show some blooming in extreme situations where you have a large white object by itself on a black screen. So in my time of using the TV, I did notice some blooming when I was in the menu settings moving around. However, when you start playing the movie again, it's actually very hard to find scenes that are like that to cause blooming. And even in cases where there are subtitles, I couldn't really notice any blooming at all, so it wasn't distracting. And I mean, I watch a lot of anime, man, so if there was any blooming, I would know. Anyways, the X90L has a full array LED panel, and with the help of the Cognitive Processor XR, it enhances the contrast by precisely controlling the backlighting and the brightness in different parts of the screen. So this makes the brights brighter and the darks darker. And it's actually not just an LED display, it's actually a QLED display. So the term QLED is actually used by Samsung and TCL, but Sony calls it triluminous. And what this means is that it's just a more colorful, more saturated, better contrast LED TV. And that explains why I saw what I saw on this TV. Moving along, let's talk about gaming. The X90L supports 4K at 120Hz refresh rate, and there are 2 HDMI 2.1 ports that allow you to do that. But one of them is actually taken up by the soundbar. However, there's actually a HDMI pass-through built into the Sony soundbar, so you can connect your gaming console through there as well. The cool thing is that when you plug in the PS5, the TV automatically switches into game mode, which enables two features that are essential for gaming, and they are variable refresh rate and auto low latency mode. So in my experience, I played Final Fantasy on PS5, Diablo 4 on my PC, and Smash Bros on the Switch. And I can say that there was absolutely no input lag at all, even on my PC, because with some TVs, without that auto low latency mode, you would feel your mouse kind of like lag and it's like kind of sluggish. It's really hard to play like that, but I was able to move my mouse just like on a normal computer screen. And for the PS5 gaming, it was just smooth as butter. Everything looked really good. The fight scenes were awesome. And playing this with surround sound speakers is just so immersive. You can hear all the little rocks flying everywhere, all the ambient sounds, and it's just as if I'm there in the game itself. However, the most awesome experience was probably playing Smash Bros on the TV. If you've played this game before, you know that when there's a lot of things going on the screen, you kind of have to squint and see where you are. However, playing on this screen, I didn't have to squint at all. I could see clearly where I was. And the craziest thing is that the resolution of the Nintendo Switch is actually at 720p. So somehow it's being upscaled to 4K and it's running as smooth as butter. Everything looks like really, really good. Like, I was expecting it to be kind of pixeled, but it was not at all. So me and my friend had an awesome time playing together. And next, let's check out the user interface and all the bonus features of the TV. So this is a Google TV, so it has a lot of apps that you can choose from and download. It's pretty standard and it's pretty snappy as well. And on the remote, there are a ton of shortcuts for you to choose from. And there's one special one over here called Bravia Core. It's a high-quality streaming app that's only available on Sony TVs. So when I first started to use this app, they gave me 5 credits to redeem 5 movies with that I can watch forever. They also have a lot of other movies that are included in this streaming service as well that you can watch without using your credits. But the coolest thing is that they also have all of the Starship Troopers for me to watch. So this is one of my favorite movies while growing up, and watching them again on this big screen is a totally different experience. So this app is definitely a nice bonus. I definitely watched a lot of movies on here than I should. So guys, overall I was very impressed with the TV, because the magical thing about watching movies on this huge screen is that I just get so pulled in and so immersed on what's going on the screen. And after watching a movie, I just wanted to watch something else just to see what it would look like. So it really does feel like I have my own private home theater with this setup. Now, the big question is the 98-inch X90L worth the investment? So this model is usually priced at $6,200 USD, but now finally it's on sale for $5,000 USD. I mean, it's still a lot of money, but building home theaters is kind of a pricey thing to do anyways, because last year I built a home theater using a ultra short throw projector and a floor rising projector screen, and that costed a lot as well. You can watch that video over here after this one if you're interested. But for those who are looking for the simplest way to build the ultimate home theater or gaming setup, I would say that this TV is actually a pretty good choice. It has all the essential tech in it for it to be future-proofed. That 4K upscaling and those colors look great. I'm sure you're gonna be pretty happy with this one. However, you might want to get a HDMI splitter if you're not using Sony speakers, because you would only have one HDMI 2.1 port left if you're a gamer who has a lot of consoles to plug in. The other thing is that make sure your room is big enough, because this TV is huge. If you put it in a small room, it's gonna make your room look even smaller. Anyways, if you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to help you out. And if you're still watching right now, thank you so much for watching till the end and supporting my videos. Make sure you drop a fire emoji in the comments below to let me know that you watched up to this point. And that's it for now. I'll see you in the very next video. Bye! Nice.
Hot dude!
Now we're gonna level up the setup with these babies. Let's get right into the video. Seriously, if you're still watching right now, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!